Hey everybody and welcome back. I'm Eric for President. Happy post Half Life Alyx release. VR has changed for good for sure. And as always, for those new to this channel, links and sources for all topics discussed will be down in the video description. Timestamps for every story down in the pinned comment, that way you can watch exactly what you want. The secondary channel, we took a small hiatus for Half Life Alyx. Daily videos on the second channel will start again on Thursday. And the current Oculus Quest headset giveaway that is ending this month. You can win a headset, another one for this month. Will be ending. Links for all that down in the pinned comment, and let's jump right into the VR news. We of course have to start today off talking about Half Life Alyx and the monumental milestones that it already has accomplished, because as of now, it's already shattering many expectations. To start, Half Life Alyx received flawless scores on both the main dedicated VR news websites of Upload VR and Road to VR. Even better, IGN gave it a 10 in Editor's Choice Masterpiece, which will get many more non-VR gamer eyes due to the wide variety of content on IGN. Most other sites were in the 8 to 9 out of 10 range, and if I had to give it a rating, a solid 9 seems fair. More on that soon. But honestly, the rating is amazing, but that's not really the real story. The real story is how many eyes got on Half Life Alyx, because it's a lot. It's a lot. On Twitch, streams of Half Life Alyx rose to the top of the charts with over 300,000 viewers for a small time at least. Also to be expected, but still a staggering number, Half Life Alyx made its way into the top 25 Steam's concurrent player list, VR or otherwise. You can compare this with Beat Saber's original record of 4,500 players at once, beaten later by Boneworks with 8,700 players at once, and Half Life Alyx came in with more than 43,000 players all at once out of 51,000 concurrent players in all of VR registered for that day on Steam VR. That is pretty amazing. Overall, it was a massive day for VR. Just look at PewDiePie's stream of it. At the time of filming this, almost around 3 million views. So yeah, I'm very excited to hear what you think of this. Of course, we knew Half Life Alyx was going to have a tremendous amount of fanfare the second it came out, with people waiting 13 years since the last one. But after Half Life Alyx, after this launch, it has raised the bar for VR. There are so many eyes on it. I expect a lot of new VR users. Very excited about that. Let me know what you thought about how it launched and the reception of it down in the comments. But of course, a lot of you have been asking me for my review of Half Life Alyx, and as with all my game reviews, they are super short, super simple. I can't understate that. They are opinionated and to the point. I will not be showing any of my gameplay footage for this one because I don't want any potential spoilers of anything in the video. This is all stock footage that's been provided already for the game. Look, Half Life Alyx shows us exactly why Valve made this next Half-Life game in VR only, because Valve thrives on innovation, and this experience gives us the best overall game we have ever seen in VR as an entire package. User interface and movement is clean with many options, although I do have to admit the lack of any form of running or sprinting, along with no smooth turning and mandatory jump teleports are noticeable, but other than that, the movement was very good. Combat is fairly simple, and while enemies and weapons will not vary much throughout the game, as you ever upgrade your gear, things really shine, and enemies do hold their own, although melee combat is missing. The grabby glove mechanic, while not flawless, works surprisingly well, and it really was more and more satisfying as the game went on. Where Half Life Alyx really shines though, and what sets it apart among its peers, is the story. There are amazing set pieces always lined up, the environments constantly vary, and you'll make a new friend eventually called Jeff. Kind of. Really, I don't need to say much more about that. That's my quick review of Half Life Alyx. Of course, I recommend it. I'm very interested. Please let me know your thoughts on the game, and feel free to be critical. It deserves it as well. It does a lot of things great. There are other games like The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, and Boneworks that both do some things better than this game, but as an overall package, I think Half Life Alyx is the #1 best overall game. It hits enough in every single mark. And if you don't buy it and don't play it in VR, you are missing on the ultimate VR experience out there right now. But we end this shorter video with, we can't just talk Half Life Alyx for the entire video, although it is semi-Valve related, but there's a new headset coming out that actually snuck in during all this Half Life Alyx launch hype that is coming directly from HP, Microsoft, and Valve themselves. In collaboration between Valve, Microsoft, and HP, they aim to build a next-gen Steam VR headset to take us closer to the oasis called the HP Reverb G2. This will be the third headset from HP, which to me is a great sign that they're willing to invest in VR success. But having Microsoft and more notably Valve involved is a huge boost of confidence. I mean, we see how the Vive adapted without Valve's help. Not really good. And while we don't have any details of the exact specifications for the headset, we do know a couple things from the teaser trailer. In here, it provided the key phrases of the next generation and no compromises. Here you can see a better picture of what to expect, including off-the-ear headphones like the Valve Index, my favorite VR audio setup. Also, there appears to be 2 onboard cameras seen, but there may be more for better tracking, or at least I hope. The most interesting thing here to me is why Valve is involved. This potential partnership could lead to an extremely high resolution headset with the ability to use Steam VR tracking. And yes, I know, there are those 2 cameras, but they could just be pass-through cameras as well. We'll have to wait and see. Seeing how HTC is working on creating a more modular system of upgrading a headset, I don't think it's outside the possibility future next-gen versions like this may be modular themselves as well, with onboard tracking first and adding Steam VR base stations and tracking later. But that's just speculating. That's where we are now. Of course, anything I said about this headset is all speculation. There is almost barely any information out there, and I can admit that. Although I am very hyped, I'm interested to hear what you think. Are there too many headsets? Is more headsets in competition good? Are options great for the consumers, or does it muddy the waters? Please let me know your thoughts on that. If I had to say one thing about it, the HP reverb resolution was amazing. It fell apart in other areas, and that's why the headset didn't do well. But if they can nail it with that same resolution, possibly modular with Steam VR tracking you can add later, I'm interested, especially with the $1,000 index out there. If they can make this a little cheaper, there's a market for that. I'm interested. Let me know your thoughts. But that is it. It is a small episode today, guys. I have a Half-Life hangover from the 10-hour stream the other day. Thank you for all who showed up. And thank you to the moderators for the terrific job you did on the Thought Patrol. That helped tremendously. But as always, please leave a like to support this video. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. That way you never miss an upload. Join the Patreon. Everything put into that just gets reinvested right back to y'all for giveaways, keys, things like that. And with every video, I will see you on the next one. VR Space Cowboys.